All right, we are here with Around the Block podcast live at Washington Realtors. Well, I guess by the time they see this, it won't be live anymore. But nonetheless, we're here.
We're recording it live.
We are recording
That's
live,
right.
yes. So I'm here with NAR President Kevin Sears, all the way from, tell the folks where you're from.
Springfield, Massachusetts.
Awesome.
So, I-90, just go up to Seattle, drive 2,930 miles east on I-90, you'll get to Springfield, Mass.
Nice. And you are a realtor. You're a regular realtor member. You have been on the street selling, marketing properties.
I've been a realtor since 1994. I'm currently a broker associate with Lamacchia Realty in Springfield, Mass. And as I just said in the general session, I am just like you. I wake up every morning unemployed. And so it's up to us to find the business to be able to help people achieve the American dream, buy, sell, lease, transfer real property. And that's what I do on a daily basis. I also run a property management company, so I deal with tenant and landlord issues as well.
So you have a very good grasp of what we're doing every day.
Yep.
All right. Well, I know you have a limited amount of time. This is a mini pod and you have to go. But thank you so much for taking time to talk to us here at TPCAR and also visiting us in the other Washington. So I have a couple questions for you. I imagine it's been a tough year. You stepped into your role. You gave a number out there 11 months early.
Yes.
Yeah,
January 8th of 2024, I became NAR president. Unfortunately, I was the third president at NAR in a span of 4.5 months. And so we had those issues that we're dealing with, the lawsuit in Missouri where a jury of 8 found us liable. We were dealing with all of that stuff. And, in the last 12 months, everything hasn't been peachy and rosy and glowing, and we've made some mistakes. I certainly feel that we've gotten the ship righted and we're pointing in the right direction. So in 2025, the goal is to make sure that we continue the progress and keep NAR as a mission-driven organization association with ultimately making sure that every decision we make is in the best interest of our members. Your members.
Yes,
my
our members, yes. Our whole entire membership. And I appreciate the leadership also of Miss Nakia Wright, who joined you on stage at our conference here and appreciated the direction that you guys shared with us as far as communication goes. Because I think a lot of times the concern with members is, are we actually finding out what is being done? Because everybody's like, what's happening? There's all of these things. So tell us a little bit more about the intended goal for this year with communications.
Yeah, so last year, 2024 communications was better than 2023, but we can always do better, right? And so we're going to focus on how we can transition from being reactive to stories to being proactive, to go on the offensive. Nakia Wright at our leadership summit last August in Chicago from the stage said it's time for NAR to become ruthless. Now, I want that to be a positive.
That is a positive.
I want it to be a positive
and I
word,
think
right?
that's what our members want.
Right, and so it's time for us to just make sure that we are fighting on a daily basis for members. So 2025, what is that going to look like? You're going to see our communications. We're going to go more on the offensive, and we're going to do everything we can to push story outs and let others react to us rather than vice versa. We're going to have a very busy year in Washington, D.C. We have a new administration, a new Congress that just started. The Tax Cuts and Jobs Act from 2017 is set to expire at the end of 2025. And so our main focus with our lobbying team in Washington, D.C. will to make sure that the provisions that are beneficial for real property ownership in that Tax Cut and Jobs Act, that they get continued or expanded. Because ultimately, real estate is 20% of gross domestic product, GDP. We are an economic engine for not only the state of Washington, but our country. And any harm that is done to real estate will harm our economy. So if we can get more housing built, if we can loosen things up so that our members can do their job, it's only going to be beneficial for the economy.
Correct. And our message today as we go out to lobby with our locals is do no harm to real estate, so it matches with the national level. Well, I do have a couple of questions for you.
Let's
So,
go.
what role do realtors play in shaping local communities, and how can they make a difference in today's political climate? That's not charged at all.
No, yeah, so we talked a little bit about comms in the media, and unfortunately, some national media outlets got some things very, very wrong. And so early on in the year, we talked about how important it was for us to engage local members through our media surrogate program to have the conversations with their media contacts in their local markets, because ultimately, they know that realtors are the fabric of the community. We volunteer for everything. Go to a PTO meeting, go to a church picnic, go to a Little League field, go to a habitat build. You're going to see realtors entrenched in the community because that's who we are. And so we need to be able to tell our story to the local media. Now, you ask about the political as well. We have to pay attention to what our local officials are doing. We're the experts. They're not. We need to give them the information so they can make educated and informed decisions, so that they can do everything they can to expand opportunities for housing in their communities. And so that's where I think realtors play an integral part, just because we are, as I said, the fabric of the community.
Absolutely. And we're doing that today. All right. So, what are some of the best ways for our members? Obviously, read your emails. That's all, we say that all the time, but to follow in line and stay on top of everything that you all are working on, what is your best advice to the regular everyday practitioner?
Yeah, so one of the beauties of the real estate, the Realtor Association, is we have a local association. So you're Tacoma-Pierce County, right? And then there's Washington Realtors, and then the National Association of Realtors. And information flows both up and down. And so we have a treasure trove of information that the realtor on the street can use to advance their careers, their business, and to make them, the point of contact for elected officials, the media, whomever it is. And so it's just taking a little bit of time to see what the resources are. I'm going to say yesterday, but I don't know when this is going to air. So January 30th, I sent an email out to the entire membership with a 2024 year in review.
That's good to know. So look that up right now.
Yeah, and maybe you can post it on your association website. We're looking over at Sean
Sean's
there,
got it.
And post it up there so the members can have easy access to it. But that'll show it's two very important things. First, what we accomplished in 2024, but how it set us up for 2025. I know that having all of the information is great. We can't force it upon the membership. They actually do need to seek it out. And so hopefully we can partner with the Tacoma-Pierce County Association to provide that information, that valuable information to your
strong
members.
Comms. Yeah. All right, what keeps you up at night?
I have a teenage daughter.
Besides that, everybody's got a kid.
Listen, I
have a 30-year-old.
I sleep soundly. I mean, I tell this story. Last June, I got a call 9:00 at night that the Department of Justice wanted to meet with us. And they specifically said, we want Kevin Sears at the meeting. I said, okay. So that night, I went to bed. I slept like a baby.
Nice.
Yeah, I was up every couple hours crying, wetting myself. No, I'm kidding. So I got her good, but the reality is I slept soundly that night because I know that the decisions that we are making, while challenging and difficult, if we focus on making sure that it's the best thing for the members, I have a clear conscience. And so I do sleep at night. Now, what am I looking towards for 2025?
Right, and that was next.
Okay.
That was definitely next.
And it doesn't keep me up at night, but it's okay. I mentioned Washington, D.C.
Go ahead, talk about those dates because we've moved that a little further into May.
So we have our Realtors legislative meetings in early June. And so you can come out and meet with your members of Congress, see all of some great speakers that the National Association of Realtors has, attend committee meetings if they're open, and do the work of not only you, the members, your fellow membership, but your customers and clients who might not feel they have a voice, and you are their voice. But the other things that we're doing is Nakia Wright, you mentioned her. She is reorganizing the staff. We're getting some new hires. We're going to have new comms director. We have some industry relations folks that are coming in that are going to work with the state and local association. Jared Grasso, the former CEO of the New Jersey Realtors, and he's going to make sure that Sean and his team have the tools that they need to be able to talk to the members and give that value proposition. And then the other thing is that we're going to continue looking at our rules and our policies that have exposed us to liability, and what can we do to shrink that liability while still being the voice for real estate and the guiding light in our industry.
Thank you. All right. So I have a personal request.
Let's go.
What are the chances we can do a follow-up behind the scenes in DC?
Listen, so Sean has my info. I'll put you in touch with Monica, who handles my
Okay.
schedule. I will say if there is time, I'm happy to do it,
Perfect.
because at the end of the day, it's these types of conversations that I can have with you
Yes.
and the members that gives them confidence that it is so important to belong to something bigger than yourself.
Absolutely.
I know there are people out there questioning, well, why am I a member?
Yes.
And it's a member. I'm a member because I know that my solo voice, when I'm in Springfield, Massachusetts, if I have to compete with 1.5 million other solo voices, or if I'm at my local association, the Realtor Association of Pioneer Valley, which has about 1,800 members, same size as yours, there are 1,200 local associations. We'd be competing, we'd be one of 1,200. And so we are so much stronger together as a collective, carrying the same message than we would be individually. And I think for the brokers that might be questioning that, what they need to do is look at the tools and resources that they offer to their agents. And then take a sincere look at what the associations offer, whether it's your association, Washington Realtors National Association, and don't duplicate efforts.
Right.
Take the capital or the resources that you would use for some of that stuff when you don't have to do it anymore, and put it more back into your business so that
Yes.
you can become more successful, more profitable. And so I just hope that some people will actually take the time to engage and say, wow, I can't believe that for just a couple $100 a year, the Realtor Association is doing all these things for me as a business person, an entrepreneur, but also for my agents.
I look forward to more conversation around that specifically because I'm a designated broker owner. Same thing. What are you doing so that we don't have to replicate it? So I know you guys are going to continue that conversation. I heard the message loud and clear in there that we are very focused on right now and moving forward. And I appreciate that because that's all we have is the future.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
All right. And that, my friends, is a wrap. Mr. Sears is going to head off somewhere. Do you want to tell us where you're going?
I'm hopping on the red eye this evening, going to New York City so I can watch my daughter run in a collegiate track race
Nice.
tomorrow.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And since I can't have his turquoise realtor pin, he's going to promise the behind the scenes in DC. Thanks, guys.